It's the end of the month, and that means it's time for the rundown. Welcome to the rundown for May 2020. In this month's rundown, we have the breakdown of the Brexit talks, the reopening of the economy and society from the lockdown, and the controversy that has swarmed Joe Biden after he claimed that black Trump supporters ain't black. So let's get into it. First off, the breakdown of the Brexit talks. Now, the latest round of Brexit talks have collapsed with no progress towards a deal being made. The EU is insistent on equal playing field rules and the continued EU access to UK fishing waters. The UK, on the other hand, is focused on releasing itself from a wide range of EU regulations and making trade deals with other countries outside of Europe, for example, the United States of America. Now, as far as I'm aware, the next round of talks are next week, which I think they're the last round of talks before the deadline for an extension to the transition period to be agreed. If a deal has not been negotiated by the end of the transition period, which is currently set for the 31st of December 2020, the UK will leave on World Trade Organization rules afterwards. Now, there is quite a bit of back and forth, but the EU is being very firm on its position, especially on the fishing waters. As a matter of fact, EU ships are actually fishing UK waters right now during lockdown, while the UK fishing boats are being forced to stay home due to it. Now, I don't think that the EU should get access to UK fishing waters after the transition period ends, because the common fisheries policy has been killing the fishing industry in the UK. And to be honest though, it's been killing the fishing industry here in Ireland as well. In terms of the equal playing field, the EU is trying to prevent the UK from gaining an advantage in the global market by trying to hinder them from making trade deals with other countries like America. I think if the EU don't compromise, especially on these two policies, which I'm not going to lie, I don't think they will, the UK will walk away and will work from WTO rules after the transition period ends. The EU negotiating position has severely weakened because of the pandemic by causing a significant division between the EU and most of the individual member states. Before, it seemed that the UK was dealing with all 26 of the EU member states united. Now, with the division caused by the pandemic, they are dealing with an institution that has little support from its member states. The next round of talks are going to be interesting, let me tell you. Next up is the reopening of the economy from the lockdown. Now finally things are starting to reopen again from the lockdown. Some of the restrictions have been eased, including the exercise distance from 2 kilometres to 5 kilometres. And some more businesses are being allowed to open, although they'll have to adhere to social distancing rules, which are currently that their customers will need to be 2 metres apart. Now, there are calls for the social distancing rules to be changed from 2 metres to 1 metre. As many businesses are saying, like restaurants, for example, they're saying that they can't sustain themselves with operating at a 25% capacity, which is what they'll be doing if the 2 metre rule stays in place. They'd be operating at a loss if that's what was happening. And to be honest, it doesn't make sense for them to open if they're going to be operating at a loss. The government is basically telling them, oh, you can reopen, but it's basically impossible for you to make a profit. So why are we going to open then? They won't, and that's what's going to hinder the reopening. It'll go up to about, I think it's either 40 or 60% if it goes from 2 metres to 1 metre. And that, while businesses will struggle to operate at that level, I think they'll be able to. They'll struggle like hell to operate like that, but they'll be able to. And finally, Joe Biden states that black Trump supporters ain't black. Oh boy, this was a bad one. Joe Biden, at the end of an interview with, I'm going to try to pronounce this right, Charlemagne the God, hope I'm pronouncing that right, stated to the audience, which are predominantly black listeners, if you are having trouble figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. This caused chaos online, as he both in on the online spheres and on the campaign ground as well. And of course Trump taking the piss out of him, because what you expect is Trump. He did. The Trump campaign did make a website, which is www.YouAin'tBlack.org. It's like, of course, that's what Trump did. Of course, they did that. And they've also been selling for their campaign "You Ain't Black" t-shirts. Like, this is why people like Trump. He trolls people. Biden has come out afterwards and apologised by saying that he shouldn't have been so cavalier. No shit, mate. To be honest though, I think that this gaffe by Biden, I think he slipped out the true Democrat opinion on the black community in America. It shows that the Democrats still take the black vote for granted. I mean, this is what Candace Owens talks about all the time. And that's why she started the Brexit movement. To encourage members of the black community to leave the Democrat Party because they've done nothing for them. And to be honest, it also reminds me of when Lyndon B. Johnson the Democrat president who replaced JFK after he was assassinated, said he said this after the blacks were given the vote. I'll have them bleep. It's the N-word though. I'll have them N-word voting Democrats for 200 years. Now this is what Trump used in 2016 to cause doubt of the Democrats in the black community. And that doubt has been growing ever since. And it's also becoming apparent that the Democrat leadership has caused significant damage to the black community in America with policies like Lyndon B. Johnson's Great Society Act, which created the welfare system, which has been causing havoc in the black community, and policies which encourage father absence, which has destroyed the social fabric of the black community and led to huge increases in crime. The month of May has been a very politically active month, I think it's fair to say. When it comes to the Brexit talks, I am looking forward to what comes out of the next round of talks. Although I don't think anything will change in terms of the stances of the European Union and the UK. I think Joe Biden needs to stop speaking off script, because it's becoming exceptionally clear he's not good at it. Now, you can become good at it. Now, I'm not going to lie. I've gotten better at it. Still not great though. I'm still working on it, but I've gotten better. Biden has a lot of work to do if he's going to recover from the YouAin'tBlack comment. It'll be interesting though. So what do you guys think of these stories? Share your thoughts with me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to keep up with my latest videos. And also, if you really enjoyed the video, share it. May was quite hectic in terms of politics. I'm actually excited to see what June has in store for us. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.